I didn't come here for the spotlight. I didn't come here to have more eyes. I came here to win.
Our series with the Indiana Fever offseason free agents continues here on Inside Fever Basketball in a highly anticipated conversation. We are with Sophie Cunningham. 6 years in Phoenix. You had a great 6 years there. Why was this the right time and the right place for you?
Man, I'm getting old. Don't say I've been in the league for 6 years. Woo!
That's hard to believe, actually.
I know. It flies by. But to be honest, I learned so much out in Phoenix. I was really blessed to have some really great teammates. You get to learn from the GOAT, Diana Taurasi. You've had a lot of people going in and out of that program. They've won championships. And so there's just a lot to learn. And I think that when this opportunity came about, when I first heard about it, I was so excited. Like I just knew that it was my time to get outside my comfort zone. The style of play that you guys are playing here, that Stephanie is going to bring here, it's run and gun. It's shooters. It's emotion offense. And so my eyes lit up like a Christmas tree. So when I just kind of heard what they were doing, and of course you have Caitlin, who's drawn eyes from all around the world. That was like, why would I not? Why not be a part of something great? You go from Diana and now you're going to a team who is going to be a contender for a championship. And so I'm stoked about this year. I'm really excited for the players, but I'm also excited just for the community and the relationship and the culture that you guys have here.
I remember having a conversation with our color analyst, the great Debbie Antonelli, and we were talking about you when you guys were here last year and about how you would be such a great fit for what the Fever are building and the type of player that they need. I'm sure you see it that way. What do you think your fit is here with the Fever?
You know, I just outwork people. I'm the ultimate competitor. I'm a fierce competitor. I'm a little bit sassy sometimes, which people don't like, but I love. My teammates always love. And to be honest, I spread the court. Like I can shoot the ball. And when you have playmakers who are quick, who are great passers with Kelsey Mitchell too, it lets them do their thing. And then the defense draws in and you're just ready to shoot. And so, I think that I'll bring a lot to this team. But at the end of the day, I want to be a good leader. I want to be a great teammate. I want to bring the culture piece and make sure our egos are put aside and that we're all in here to win. And I think that's going to be pretty easy with the group that we have. We're going to be a phenomenal group. I'm excited for all the other pieces that came in this offseason with me. And so when I really see what I can do here, I'm confident in that, but I really am just excited for the big picture of what everyone brings to this team.
You've played a few games against Caitlin. What do you anticipate it's going to be like playing with her, getting passes from her, how she can free you up?
Yeah, to be honest, I played an emotion offense my whole life outside of kind of Phoenix. It was more one-on-one and let people do their thing. And if you're open, you're open. Where I'm more, I like to move. I like to run. I like to dribble and kick. You know what I mean? And so when you see Caitlin, when you see Aaliyah Boston, she's a great passer. Kelsey Mitchell's a great passer, that if you move and you make the great cut, you're going to get the ball. And I think that just helps everybody, free up. And so I like to run. I kind of get the name Forrest Gump sometimes. And I'm like, hey, if you guys want to call me, that's fine. I'll beat you down the court every time. But I really am just excited for the style of play and what I can bring to the table for this team.
When you look at this roster from a perimeter shooting perspective, yourself, of course, Caitlin, Kelsey Mitchell, DeWanna Bonner, it feels like there is real weapons in place to be dominant around the three-point line. Yeah. Is that how you see it?
Absolutely. Anytime you can get more of your teammates being able to shoot the ball at a high percentage from the three-point line, defenses don't know what to do, because if you come out on us, then we're also going to go right by you. And so for me, I'm biting at the bit. I'm ready for our team to get here. I'm ready for training camp to get here. I just am excited to get started. But I do think that's why we're turning heads. I think the DeWanna Bonner piece was a huge piece that I think surprised a lot of people. Can't forget about Natasha Howard. Right. Been talking to her for a couple of years about being teammates. And so it's fun that we're both here now. And I think that she brings a very versatile four who can also shoot the three ball.
Let's go back to your rookie year at Phoenix. I'm sure the whole WNBA experience is hitting you as a rookie, but you've got one of the ultimate veterans on your team in DeWanna Bonner, who now, just a few years later, you're reuniting with. What do you anticipate that's going to be like?
Man, we're excited. To be honest, we've been texting a lot. I think my rookie year, there's just a lot of stuff going on in people's personal lives and Phoenix as a whole. And so it's kind of a rough year for everybody. But at the end of the day, she's a champion. She knows her stuff. She's an elite scorer. She has an elite mentality. And so for me to kind of know what I can do in the league now and have my feet underneath me, and be able just to have that confidence, I just think we're at different areas in our career for the better. And so for us to finally come back together, her still scoring at such a high elite level, me still learning from her, I think it's going to be really cool for the rookies and the younger classmen to really kind of learn how champions work. Like, what is their mentality? How are they in the weight room and the training room and all that type of stuff. And so for me, I'm super excited that me and DB are back being teammates. Like I said, we've been texting quite a bit. We're both excited to get up here. And seriously, I think we're both going to enjoy where we're at in our career, but also we're really looking forward to turning heads in the league where we won a championship. I know she's kind of getting up there in age, and so I know she wants another one. I want my first one. I know the other people around us want one as well. And so I just think that where everyone's mind's at is in a really good spot.
Well, you were talking about earlier in this interview about wanting to be a leader. Do you kind of view yourself maybe in a couple of different camps? Because on one hand, correct, you are still young and in this league.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you have had playoff experience. You have been to a finals. You know what this is like. You feel like you kind of come at this from a couple different angles?
So to kind of come into something that's refreshing, that people's minds are just wanting to win. People are willing to work hard. It's a younger group. And so to me, that's refreshing. And now you just have to put all the puzzle pieces together, but you need someone to do that. And so I do know that I'm not old, but I'm also not young. So I'm kind of in that middle group. I still have a lot to learn, and I want to be a sponge. I want to continue to learn and continue to grow. But I also think that I had Diana to take me under her wing, and who better else to teach you the ropes in the W than Diana Taurasi. And so for me to come in here knowing what I've been taught, I kind of want to spread it around, especially with how talented this group is. I'm just excited to kind of maybe be that calm piece when it needs to be calm, that feisty, sassy, stick up for my teammates when it needs to be that. And so just kind of reading the room and, whatever the team needs that day, being able to provide.
Watching you play, if there's a word that comes to mind, it's maybe passionate or fiery, or your words, feisty. I mean, your emotions show when you play. How do you feel like that translates to your team? Because it seems like, at least watching you from afar, that has the ability to kind of permeate everybody else on the floor.
Yeah, you know what? I never really known why that is, but I know that I've had that effect on my teammates. And I think that is a total blessing to know that whatever you bring to the table, your teammates are going to rise to the occasion and match that energy. And so for me, I think I'm just a naturally kind of happy, go lucky, go with the flow type person. And so when it comes to being on the court, I really am. I'm spicy. I'm fiery. I'm the ultimate competitor. And I'm really just trying to do whatever it takes for my team to win. A lot of people have a lot to say about it, but honestly, any teammate that you've asked that maybe had opinions about me before, once we're teammates, we love you as him. I'm like, duh, I'm not a mean person. But to be honest, I think that it could be a game changer. You know what I mean? And I'm going to hit my threes. I'm going to do all that. But just from a young age, my parents were like, go be the hardest worker. Don't let anyone outwork you, but also enjoy it. You work your tail off. So when it's time to play a game, go laugh, go smile, go yell if you want to, go be passionate. I think it's more and more seen and said that it's okay to be a girl, but also go out there and kind of have a feisty mentality, and it's okay to sweat and it's okay to yell and kind of, have that grit about you. And so I've never had to try. It's just kind of who I am. And so I'm excited to kind of bring that energy to this arena.
We've been talking a lot about offense, but it seems like where that can really be beneficial and powerful is on the defensive end of the floor, something I know you pride yourself in. This is a team that has made it very clear they want to make strides defensively here this year. How helpful do you think your style and your playing ability can be in improving the defense?
I joke around that people say I'm 3-and-D, which I've never really considered myself a defensive player. But I think the past couple of years, I have been. I've been able to get my body right. I've been able to bang down low and hold my own. And so I just think when you can get players who are versatile on not only the offensive end, but the defensive end, that's where you win your championships. That's where you make a statement. And so I'm excited to kind of get down and start working hard on the defensive end. I think as a team, we all have to kind of have that mentality, especially if we're trying to get to where we want to go. But I don't know. I think that my length causes some issues sometimes. With the bigger people, I can get into their knees just because I kind of have that strength. But for me, I think that's an area where I could actually improve on. Like, it's funny to me that people are like, oh, she can play some defense. I'm like, oh, I mean, I struggle with that. I know Stephanie White's going to be on me about, getting better in that area. But for me, that's an exciting thing. You know, a big shot is a great energizer. A great pass is a great energizer. But when you can get 3 stops in a row and you get the crowd into it and you frustrate the other team, like that's the toughest stuff that I like.
You brought up versatility, and in Phoenix, at times it would seem like you were guarding the opposing point guard, and then the next night you're playing some small ball 4. Yeah. How beneficial is that going to be able to bring that versatility here?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think any team that you can have players 1 through honestly 5 who can get the ball and go, I think that's just huge. You don't allow the defense to set up. You allow Caitlin to get off the ball a little bit and go do her thing as a 2. DB bringing the ball up, that's going to cause a lot of issues with her height and the way she shoots the ball. And so for me, if I get it, we're going. Like, we're running and gunning. And I know that we're all kind of on the same page about the offense that we want to run and whatnot. And so I just think the more versatile you can be, that's always a good thing. That's always a blessing on both ends of the floor. If you can do more than just one thing and your whole roster can do that, our depth is crazy this year with our versatility. I don't know. I think that's why we're turning heads. I think that's why people are really keen on us more. And I say us, and it's my first time as a female.
No,
so now us. I can say us.
It's us,
and so I really am just excited about not only what I can bring to the table, but as a whole, our versatility as a team is going to be huge.
You don't seem like somebody who shies away from the spotlight, if that's not been clear here in 5+ minutes of this interview. But you know that the spotlight is extremely bright on this franchise right now. I mean, it is the franchise probably in all of women's sports right now. Yeah. I mean, how excited are you to kind of experience this movement that's happened so far? And what are the keys to navigating it?
I am really excited, and I didn't come here for the spotlight. I didn't come here to have more eyes. I came here to win. And I really do think that with the group that we have, that we are going to win. We are going to get a championship sooner than later. And I fully believe that. And I think our team and our staff, our front office, everyone believes that. It's a culture thing. And so I'm super excited for that. And I think, honestly, just kind of what I've been through out in Phoenix with, kind of being at the end of Diana's career and all the attention that that's brought, stuff that Brittany Griner has gone through the past couple of years. Like, we know what that looks like. And I know this is times 20. So I'm not trying to minimize it. And I think it's amazing. And so there might be an adjustment period. But at the end of the day, I think this is a huge blessing. I think there's more eyes on the W more than ever. There's more eyes around the world on this team more than any team, I think, in the whole entire world. And so I think just like embracing it, but making sure that we stay tight knit. I'm a very big culture and relationship type of person. And so I think there's going to be a lot of noise, but if this culture right here in this locker room can be good, I think we're going to be all right.
We heard Kelly talk about protecting the locker room this year. I mean, what does that mean to you?
You know what? I think there's always a lot of noise, right? But this is magnified to an extent that women's basketball has never seen before. And so I think that's why it is huge to have those relationships with not only your coaching staff, but with every single teammate. You don't have to be best friends, but you have to have each other's backs and you have to get along. And I think that's something that I love is the culture, because we're going to win games. We're going to lose games, hopefully not too many, but you're going to remember these types of moments. And so if you can really get to know and get that chemistry off the court and know your teammates, how they tick, what doesn't make them tick, I just think that's just a recipe for success on the court.
You're talking about playoffs a moment ago, and I think a player who has been through it can really only truly speak to this. Yep. The Fever went into the playoffs last year and had such little previous experience. Mm-hmm. They got some in that first round series with Connecticut. But you've played in 15 playoff games. You've been to the WNBA finals. You've experienced a deep playoff run. How valuable is that experience that you have that not only you bring, but Dewana brings, Natasha brings, Sydney brings? There's a ton of playoff experience coming in here. It's
huge. And I think any player that you talk to around the league is, you can have the best team, but if you don't have playoff experience, that other team is going to win the majority of the time. And so I think they were really smart about bringing people who are experienced that. They know that we have the firepower to get there, but now you need the experience and the knowledge and sometimes just like the calmness of how to kind of adjust through playoffs and the mindset, because it is a different beast. You can have a great regular season, but when it comes to playoffs, it's a shift, right? And if you've never been there, you don't know. And so for me, I'm glad I've experienced that. And you don't know what you don't know. Like, I didn't know those were big deals to be in the playoffs and make a deep playoff run. I know it was a big deal to be in the finals and whatnot, but now kind of being 6 years in the league, you know that you need that type of stuff. And it's just different. You don't know until you don't know. I keep saying that because that's just the truth. And so the more that we can pour into the people who haven't been there and the rookies and all that type of stuff, I just think that's a really, really good thing.
It's almost hard to believe that training camp's going to begin here in about a month and a half, and things are going to really start moving quickly. So take me for you through what the next month or so looks like until you get here, and what will allow you to hit the ground running once you are.
Yeah, you know what? For me, it's been time to lock in, but now it's another level of lock in, and it's getting in 6 days a week, and I want to do that. And I think honestly, being here, I've already been motivated. Like I know this is a new, fresh start. I'm not in a box anymore. Like I can finally be free and be in an offense that I think that I can really thrive in and be around players who our mind is strictly on basketball and winning. So I'm just re-motivated. I'm refocused. I feel like I'm back, to be honest. I got a nice tan and that always makes me feel good too. And so being here, honestly, it just makes me want to work even harder than what I've been doing. And so it's getting in the weight room, it's getting my conditioning, it's starting to play a little bit more 3-on-3, 5-on-5. So just kind of upping my ante.
Final question here. It's been really enjoyable for me to watch the fan base of this franchise and how they put their arms around new players and maybe players that they didn't always follow before. But you put on that jersey and you're a member of this fan base. So what would your message be? What is your message to all these new Fever fans who have been excited about the acquisition and are kind of getting to meet you a little bit for the first time here?
Oh gosh, well now I'm nervous. I don't even know what to say, but to be honest, I am just so excited to be here. I'm from the Midwest, and so for me to kind of get back to my roots and be close to my family, I'm so excited. Like when I say that I am refreshed and I am motivated and I just like kind of feel like my spark is back. Everyone thinks I've been feisty. You've not even seen the feisty side of me yet. So this should be really fun. But for me, I'm excited to be closer to home. I'm excited to deep dive into the community of Indiana. I've already met a lot of really cool people. I'm excited to inspire the next generation of young boys and girls around here, get to know the community more. But I promise you that I'm just ready to just like win. I'm ready to win. I'm ready for y'all to be there. But like I said, you guys haven't even seen feisty yet.
Well, you may have been a little nervous there, but you did a great job. It's been so great to get to know you a little bit, and best of luck here as the season rolls around in the not too distant future.
Yeah, thank you.